Hey everybody, Josh and Trevor here for another Whiskey Wednesday. Today we've got something pretty special. We've got 3 different single barrels of Laws, one of our favorite partners in Denver to work with. And they're all really unique, really kind of different. These 2 are ones that we picked out ourselves. You actually might remember this one from a previous video when we were at Laws' distillery. We actually live picked that one on a Whiskey Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
that has finally come in, so we're going to try that one for you today. And then also, so starting off with this guy, this one is a special single barrel that Laws did for benefiting Colorado Restaurant Response. And it's a 5.5 year 4-grain bourbon. I remember trying this before. It's super easy drinking, smooth, still with that big Laws grain flavor that I like a lot.
Yeah, 5.5 years, which is a couple years older than generally their 4-grain bourbon on the shelf. And all the profits are, like I said, going to the Colorado Restaurant Response. So it's a good cause too. And we have this for sale at the Argonaut.
Yep. Butter smooth. I mean,
yeah, very easy drinking. Definitely I always get that Laws taste profile on their bourbon. Like I can tell it's Laws, but it's got a good oakiness, good sweetness. I get a little nutty thing going on too that I really like.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with all of Laws' older stuff that has come out, I've just absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Like some of their stuff that's getting older in the rick house is just really, really starting to mature and turn out well.
It's very cool to see, as the company gets older, their stock gets older, and the average age keeps going up and up and up, and it's just the quality just gets better and better.
Yep,
each
absolutely.
year it feels like. So yeah,
absolutely.
This is a great one.
Great one, and for a great cause. So just another thing we're trying to do to support the community with everything going on.
Absolutely.
So next is our most recent Laws single barrel bourbon pick. So this one I believe is just over 3 years.
Yeah.
Comes in at
57.7, so 115.4 proof. Always, generally speaking, we do our Laws 4-grain picks at cast strength.
Yep.
Because me, I like cast strength, but so does everybody else. So on the nose, you can tell it's a little younger. It's definitely a little grainier on the nose, but a nice nose for sure. No alcohol for the high proof.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no astringency. It's got like a little bit like of a menthol minty thing going on, but no like alcohol burn or anything like that, which for that high of proof is not always common.
Yeah. Get a nice little spice on the back end. Definitely get that kind of mintiness that you talked about. Like, there's a lot going on with this one. I really like this barrel. That's why I really like doing them at cast strength too. I feel like there's just more layers there, and you get more from it.
Well, and like you always say, you can always add a couple drops of water. You can always add an ice cube if it's too hot for you.
Sure.
Which will change up the flavor, but you can't increase the proof.
Exactly.
So we like getting the kind of raw product that is what they put out, and then if you want to adjust it at home, you're able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Really good one. Yeah, this one's available now. These are all great Father's Day whiskeys too for Dad coming up. And then, like Josh said, this is our rye that we picked out live at Laws. Technically, it's a Rye Mash because it was not aged in new barrels. It was aged in their used bourbon barrels. But it's over 6 years old, and I'm excited. This is my first time trying it since we picked it. I'm excited to revisit. And great nose. You definitely get that rye baking spices, but some of that fruit too. I get a lot of that fruit that comes from the rye.
Well, there's a tiny little bit of chocolate rye in the mash.
Yeah.
And you definitely get some of that. You definitely get some of the sweet cereal,
right?
malty notes on it.
Yeah,
just
man.
on the nose.
I could just smell this one for a long time. It's got a lot going on. Yeah. Man, not to pat ourselves on the back, but we did pretty good with this one. I'm excited for you guys to try this one. This is fantastic. I mean, really great. And like I said, an older expression. Laws is all their products are great, but like I said, as their stuff keeps growing up in years, I think it's just getting better and better. I'm really excited to see what comes from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then another cool thing that we're doing with these 2 barrels. So a lot of times when we buy single barrels, they'll give us the physical barrels. And as we've talked about on here before, one of the things we love doing is sending them off to local breweries, getting them refilled, and just keeping the barrels story going, and keep reusing barrels and trying to make new and unique products to bring to our consumers. So we don't know quite which brewery yet, but we're going to package both of these barrels together and do kind of a bourbon and rye blend with a stout or a porter or something like that. So that's in the works. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be a really special
cool
project.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And then we got some other things going on at the Argonaut. We've increased our hours again, kind of back to normal. So we're now open till 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 10 p.m. on Sundays. So trying to get back to normal as much as possible while still being safe. We're still masks and gloves and the whole social distancing and everything like that. But
yeah, and the reason by extending the hours was trying to give people more time to shop if they wanted to. So peak hours weren't quite as crowded. Give people an opportunity to come at non-peak hours and really be able to social distance properly. And then a couple other things we wanted to recap: the 2 initiatives we did for the Food Bank of the Rockies, the Pappy Van Winkle vertical auction, as well as the matching donations from our suppliers, raised over $24,000 for the Food Bank of the Rockies. So we couldn't be happier with how that went.
I mean, I think we were hoping to get between 10 and 12 was kind of our initial goal. So to double that was phenomenal. And thank you to everyone that participated. It really meant a lot to us, and it was for a great cause, so we really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And then you guys might notice this guy right here, the Whiskey Wheel. If you guys aren't familiar with the Whiskey Wheel, it's an event we came up with a couple years ago, and pretty straightforward. You got this wheel, and you spin it, and what you land on, you can purchase. Generally speaking, in years past, we've always done a big tasting event, free tasting. Come in store, try some really rare whiskeys, and then you get to step up and spin the wheel. With everything going on right now, we wanted to do it this year because a lot of people were asking about it, but it's going to be a little different. Generally, it draws a crowd of 250 to 300 people. Obviously, we don't want 300 people packed in the store right now. So kind of the way we came up with it to still be able to do it was we're going to kind of do it virtually, basically.
Yep.
We're going to spin the wheel online for you, and then we'll set up pickup orders for people, and then you'll have a week or so to come pick up your order.
Right.
Basically, how we're going to do it is, with it being online and everyone not having to come in store, we think we're going to get a lot of entries, a lot more people that want to do the wheel than we have bottles for. So we're going to do a lottery to get on the list to spin the wheel. So the box is in the bourbon aisle now, pretty much the same deal as all our lotteries. No purchase necessary to enter. Everyone can come by, drop your name in the box for free. You can get additional entries by purchasing Argonaut single barrel picks.
Yep.
Just attach a receipt, drop it in the box, and then basically what we'll do, we're going to take entries from today through 3 weeks from now, so the Wednesday, June 17th. The actual wheel spinning will be on June 19th. We will draw as many names as we have bottles, so I don't have an exact number of how many people will be on right now, but I assume it'll be between 200 and 300.
It'll be right in there.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. So you're just going to come by, drop your name in the box. If you get selected for the wheel, what we'll do is we'll live stream it either on Facebook Live or YouTube, something like that. And basically what I'll do is, I'll go down a list and I'll say, this is John Smith's spin the wheel for him, whatever he lands on. Say, oh, you got, one of our Willet picks or something like that.
Yep.
We'll set you up a pickup order, and then you can come by and pick it up at your convenience. Not the way we want to do it. We like doing the big tasting and everyone coming in and spinning the wheel themselves, but we didn't want to not do it at all, and we figured this was the safest way that we could do it. And like I said, without just skipping it altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just like everything right now, it's just finding a balance of, getting to do the cool things we used to do and doing those things safely. So, not ideal, like you said, not the way we want to do it, but the best we could figure out to get everybody an opportunity to have the chance to get a rare bottle.
Yeah.
So.
And